Welcome everybody out to GCU Stadium for tonight's matchup between the UC Riverside Highlanders and your Grand Canyon University Lopes. I am Philip Patofim alongside Alex Larson, and we are just about ready to get underway. And of course, the Lopes come into this one 1-4 on the season. Their only win coming last week against Evansville, a 1-4 victory thanks to Nicky Jackson. So Alex, how are we feeling about tonight?
That's right, Philip. Well, it was a great win against Evansville in the 75th minute at the cross into the box. GCU looking to get their second win at home tonight, and if Coach Hyman's thoughts after the Pacific loss are accurate, we're looking at a team that's only heating up thanks to star Nicky Jackson.
And of course, Nicky Jackson last season, third in the nation in scoring, led this team in scoring with 16 goals. He's got 3 so far, and he's looking to continue it tonight. So the Highlanders will start with the ball. GCU keeping the defense as strong as possible. Ball kicked, passed down midfield. Jeremy Pollard is there to rein it in, and GCU will continue. GCU push the ball forward past midfield. Gets it over to Nicky Jackson. Back over to Jackson. He's looking to start early, and we've got a call on the field.
You send that anywhere near Nicky Jackson, and you're going to get a shot like that. Man, just offside, but good-looking execution anyway on the dead ball.
And of course, the one factor that no one's really talking about right now, Alex, is the wind. It's a little breezy outside. I'd say it's about maybe 30 to maybe 25 miles an hour, but just a slight amount of wind can really kind of mess up a kick or send one that's going into the goal a little more wide right.
Absolutely. There's been projected showers and storms in the state all day, and the wind is going to just have to make these players tweak their form a little bit, to maybe get on top of the ball a little bit more so it doesn't sail up, and shoot a little bit for net as opposed for corners.
So GCU will get the throw in. Ball is in. Looking to get going early, trying to get a score on the board. Keeping his McLaughlin. He'll push the ball forward. That'll be Hermann. Hermann kicks it up. GCU trying to continue the score, but the Highlanders are there.
Just like we kind of always see in the games, just touch and feel for each of these teams, swinging it back and forth a couple times and feeling each other's defenses out.
Highlanders are just trying to get maybe their offense going. They've only got 2 goals on the season, one from Ricardo Ruiz and the other from Benito. Shot on goal will be saved.
Nice looking run there from the freshman Josh Drac, though. Just couldn't seem to get that ball to the middle for a cross.
So as we were saying, Highlanders only 2 goals on the season. They're looking to hopefully get a couple more. They do have a few in the exhibition, but on the season itself, only 2.
Yeah,
Highlanders threatening here. Pollard is there to scoop it up. And GCU will continue with the ball.
2 goals scored by Ricardo Ruiz and Edward Benito, both on the field as starters today for the Highlanders.
GCU keeps the ball going. They'll push it past midfield. That'll be Hermann. Hermann gets it over to Demos. Demos will push it past midfield, cross midfield. GCU threatening. Kill the ball up to Drac. Drac's shot is blocked away by the Highlanders.
I think Drac would have liked to get a little more air under that one. Seemed like he topped that one right to the Highlander defense.
You want to probably keep the shots a little low with the way the wind's going. But you never know, Alex. The wind can also blow in your favor.
Well, and you just kind of want to get a ball up in the box to get a head on maybe and send it towards the keeper's way. Keep him alert.
Ball will go out of bounds, so GCU will go with the throw-in. Thrown in will be number 23. That is Austin Day. Day kicks it up to Nicky Jackson. Jackson back up to Demos. GCU will reset, and they'll start up top. Ball being pushed through. Great defense by the Highlanders, and they'll take over here. GCU gets it right back. Ball pushed past midfield. Nicky Jackson's got an opportunity here. Shot on goal. Blocked. Great save. Recovery no good. Out of bounds on GCU, but Nicky Jackson, a very relatively close shot on goal, and it just goes right past A fantastic save by the Highlanders.
It's a great strike there by Nicky Jackson. Full foot on that one, just the spot he wanted. Just turned aside by Morales there, and a good save early. Morales is ready to go.
Good shot by Jackson as the Lopes will get a corner kick here. Ball will go high. It'll be headed back towards GCU. Taken back over by the Highlanders. Great job by Day to get it back into GCU's possession. Highlanders get it back.
Yeah, that's going to be a key for GCU this year. Only 14 corner kicks compared to opponents' 37 this whole season. They're going to want to generate more of those.
Day looking to get it past midfield. He'll kick it over to Pollard, and Pollard will hit the reset button. Pollard launches it downfield, right to the Highlanders. Back over to midfield. Ball kicked downfield. Great defense by the Lopes. Pollard's there again.
Pollard, a nice debut with the Lopes against the Flying Aces, Evansville. 9 saves.
Yeah, Pollard's got 14 on the season. He's been kind of having a little bit of a battle with Corey Marquise, both redshirt freshmen. I know Pollard is a transfer from Sydney, Australia, but in terms of Marquise, both two fantastic goalies. I got an opportunity to watch Pollard last home game against Evansville, and yeah, he was absolutely on fire, looking to keep up his strong performance as he continues as what I would assume the starting goalie for the Lopes.
Well, yeah, he's the future coming from Akron, and they've got a couple of good players transferring, from Creighton, Dayton, Portland, and Akron. So, promise there, and a future for the Lopes.
So a little bit of a conversation will go on the field between coach and player. Just a little bit of a miscommunication. Here comes the throw in for GCU. And it'll go out of bounds, so the Highlands will take over. Throwing it in will be number 6, Hernandez. Hernandez will toss it past midfield to number 2. That is Outline the third. Outline pushes it forward. Back past midfield, stolen by Nicky Jackson. Nicky Jackson kicks it right out of bounds, and you can tell he might want that one back.
Well, may have had something there on a through ball to Damian Hermann, but couldn't keep that one on the foot.
Throw in.
High throw in at that.
Stolen by the Lopes. Highlanders trying to get it back, but the Lopes are saying, nope, we're going to take over this time. Little battle down below as it keeps just bouncing in between the Lopes and the Highlanders.
Jockeying for possession there. Hard fought one by the Highlanders.
Drac kicks it out of bounds, so the Highlanders will get a throw in. That'll be number 13, Ortiz Lopez. GCU trying to get the ball back. He goes backwards past midfield, and they will kick it over to the goalie. That is Morales, and he'll hit the reset button.
Well, the Highlanders look to be having numbers. Watch for a cross.
That's number 6. That is Hernandez trying to put the moves. He will kick it past midfield, and it'll be stolen by the Lopes. Highlanders able to recover, though. Ball, great defense again by Demos. And GCU will get the ball back. Nicky Jackson asking it forward. He is shoved, and it'll go out of bounds, and I do not see a call on the field. So no, it looks like it'll just be a normal slide tackle, and the Highlanders will take over.
Well, what you're seeing here from the Highlander offense is a couple forced passes.
You can see right there, just a little bit of a trip up there by Nicky Jackson. Great defense by James Allwine III. And the Highlanders will get the ball back. Ball pushed past midfield, stolen by Demos. Demos will push it past midfield. Lopes threatening. Ball high in the air, and great save again by Marquise, but even if it had gone in, it was a stop on the field anyway.
Stoppage in play there, but you can see why they're so excited about Lehner and the transfer from Creighton. It seemed like it was a mile out and still a chance to go in.
Yeah, Bennett Lehner with a great high kick and just barely corralled in by Morales. Of course, like I said, it wouldn't have counted anyway, but it still would have been nice to see. Day pushes the ball up. He's looking for an opening. He's got one. Oh, great defense by the Highlanders to stay with it. Shot pass to Nicky Jackson, no good. Highlanders take over.
Love the idea there by Austin Day, and you get that ball anywhere in the box for Nicky Jackson. He's a threat.
So GCU will take over. It'll be Lehner. Lehner, heavy defense by the Highlanders. And they'll try to get it past midfield. And they will. That'll be number 7. That'll be Emilio Huerta.
Huerta's got speed.
Forward. Great defense by the Lopes. And it looks like we might see a foul on the field. Someone is down. It will be a yellow card. And you can see here,
it's going to be on Malik Smith.
Huerta pushes the ball past midfield. There's a little bit of a mix-up there with Demos, and we're going to get the jersey number here in a second.
I think that was definitely just legs.
Yeah, it's just a big-time accident.
Not intentional at all.
Of course not.
Good idea there by Huerta. He had speed to get on that lead ball. Malik Smith is going to get the yellow card. And yellow cards, they are doubling up on their opponents this season, 12-6.
So that is the player who was down on the field was Roberto Garcia Vargas, but he is okay. He's going to get up. He's going to get a shot at the penalty kick here. Actually, they're going to give it to number 7. That'll be Emilio Huerta.
Free kick just outside the box. See if the wall can make a stop.
Huerta, oh, great job by the Highlanders. A little misdirection. They'll get it back. Huerta shot on goal, and it'll go in. So just like that, Emilio Huerta is the 3rd Highlander to get a score on goal tonight and for their entire season. So the score will go to 1-0. Highlanders lead.
Well, let's watch the replay. Little bit late on the ball there. Pollard just behind it. Seems like he didn't even think it was going on net at first, but it did, and it got through the hands. Highlanders lead 1-0.
Jeremy Pollard is not necessarily a shorter guy. We pull up some statistics on him. He is 6'4". He's got the length, but like you said, Alex, it just kind of slips right past his hands.
Well, it was good placement too. Don't think Pollard was necessarily as ready as he could have been.
No, but just a great job by the Highlanders to anticipate the rebound and get it right past the Lopes. So Lopes will have to be working from behind here in the 9th minute, almost the 10th minute. We are 1-0, Highlanders lead. Nicky Jackson, if there's anybody who's going to get us back into it, it's him. And that'll be a trip up.
Loved what I've seen
that
so
far. That will be a yellow card, and it will go on. It looks like we're going to try to get the number here. It'll be number 2. Oh, yeah, going for the ball.
Alwine.
Just met all knee. That'll be Alwine the 3rd. So GCU will get a chance to try to knot up the score here early.
Like I was saying, I love the aggression by the Lopes, taking some of these chances early and getting into the box. See what they can make of a free kick here right from the corner of the box.
So taking the free kick will be number 21, Josh Drac. Drac will try to put the Lopes back on board here. Getting everybody set.
You see a rebound here. You could see Nicky Jackson crashing that. He always seems to find himself there.
Drac, kick on goal. It'll be kicked out, and the Lopes will try to recover it. It'll fall out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lopes. So throw in here. That'll be number 8. That'll be Alex Radia. Or no, I'm sorry. They'll go with Austin Day with the throw in. Lopes threatening. Highlanders, great defense. Back up to Demos. Demos, cross. Oh, great defense by the Highlanders. Recovery from Lanier. Back up top. That'll be Smith. Smith over to McLaughlin, and GCU will try to reset.
Great job of GCU keeping the ball on their side and making the defense work extra hard on a long possession.
Throw in by the Lopes. Defense by the Highlanders, still very stingy. GCU trying to get something going here. They'll kick it up. GCU with an opportunity. Great defense again by the Highlanders. And they're doing a great job of making sure that Morales doesn't have to work too hard.
That's what you're going to do for GCU. just make it athlete-on-athlete matchup and see if GCU can win some of them.
Kick high in the air. And it'll change possession. So the Highlanders will get an opportunity here with 11 in the 11th minute. They're currently leading the game 1-0.
Energy on the platform, unbelievable.
Oh yeah, the Lopes are definitely in it. They were here for the Evansville game when Nikki Jackson gave them the win, gave GCU the win. The 1-0 win. And hopefully he can knot it up.
That goal almost blew the top off this place, that Evansville game.
Ruiz out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick, and Ruiz will hang on to it.
They got lucky. They got a throw in from the side.
So it'll be a throw in for Ruiz. He will throw it in off the head of a Lope, and GCU will try to get the ball back, pushing it forward. Demos gets it past midfield. He's looking for Nicky Jackson. Morales is there. He will kick it out of bounds.
Well, you have to think you like that matchup any way you slice it with Nicky Jackson against anyone on this Highlander team.
Lehner with the throw in. And looks like it'll be Highlander ball.
Jackson's coming off.
So Nicky Jackson will come off.
You don't like to see Nicky Jackson come off the field for any reason. Not quite sure what this is about. Maybe a little bit shaken up.
Possibly might have been hitting the nose, and he was rubbing his nose a little bit earlier. So regardless, the Lopes will be without Nicky Jackson for the time being. Definitely not a long-term injury, or maybe not even injury at all. But subbing in for him will be Andy Alanis, number 18. Throw in by the Highlanders.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV20 to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
20% off, that's pretty good.
Let's paint the Valley purple. You're seeing it more purple everywhere.
Hopefully
Arizona.
Continue as the school continues to stretch across the entire Phoenix area. Ball high in the air. Morales with a great block. Might have been a push out there. They're not going to give it to him.
Good punch by Morales. Way to meet the ball at the contact point.
GCU trying to get it past midfield. It'll fall out of bounds. And it'll be a throw in by the Highlanders. So you see there a little bit of a Highlanders taking over the ball here. It'll be number 12. That'll be Ketcha. Highlanders trying to get the ball going. They already have an early lead. They like to continue it, maybe put the Lopes down by a lot more than just 1-0. Put it away early, but the Lopes continuing their stingy defense.
Always good to score in the first 20 minutes. If you're a soccer team, it gives your team confidence for the whole game going forward, and that you can beat the goalie if you beat him early.
Well, if the men's team is anything like the women's team, they are used to working down. Of course, the Lopes, the women's Lopes' first game at home was against Weber State, and that game went into overtime eventually with a Lopes win, 2 goals by Madison Cox. And maybe the Lopes can get Nicky Jackson back in this, or get somebody else getting nice and hot, and hopefully get the lead and keep it.
Just gotta be patient and look to your playmakers to make plays when you need them.
Ball will be pushed past midfield. Again, the Highlanders in the corner. Great defense by Smith.
A little too handsy there on defense.
Well, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive, obviously. So Pollard will kick it downfield. Kick it to his teammate. It's McLaughlin. And that'll fall out of bounds.
Just a bullet off the foot of McLaughlin there.
Throw in for the Highlanders. They'll reset at the top of midfield. Ketcha. Back up to the top to outline the third. Ball goes past midfield. Looking to get some space. Shot on goal is great defense by the Lopes. Great job by Austin Day to stay with that one.
Yeah. Good looking job of letting that ball go out and making the Highlander play it on the end line. Be the last one to touch it.
And it looks like that ball will go towards the Highlanders, so they'll get an opportunity here with a throw-in. Trying to make something happen, the Highlanders, Hernandez at the top midfield, he'll kick it back to Ketcha.
It's a Highlander team that does not look 0-4 if you were to observe based on first glance. Good sweep there by Pollard.
No, their record is definitely very deceiving. I agree with you on that one. Sasaverovic, a little bit of miscommunication as he kicks it to the Highlanders, so the Highlanders will reset at the top of the midfield. Outline the third, gets it over to Ketcha.
Game is slowed down a little bit.
It has significantly slowed down.
Very exciting start, wasn't it?
As it seems like the Highlanders are doing everything they can to sort of burn off as much time on the clock as possible. And I mean, it would make sense because this team only has 3 goals on the entire season, and one of them came tonight.
Yeah, well, they are definitely working the possession game. No hurry to get up the field at all. And they'll be content doing that all game long to try and wear this Lopes defense down.
Highlanders threatening here at the corner. Great move by the Highlanders. Ball is up. Header, no good. It'll go out of bounds.
Looks like that would have been offside anyway. And they are going to call it offside way out in front. That looks like a offside trap by GCU as he was alone.
So Locoso with the attempted header. Of course, it did go out. It was offside, so again, had it gone in, it wouldn't have mattered. But either way, GCU gets a pass midfield. A little bit of a trip up there again, and they will not call anything. And you can hear the Havocs are not too happy about that one.
And another offside call. A little bit eager to get up the field of the Highlanders. 2 in a row.
So McLaughlin will kick it past midfield. Headed out of bounds by the Highlanders. Another throw in here. This will be Sasaverovic. Lopes still looking for score number 1. And they're going to have to do it without Nicky Jackson. I have yet to see him return to the game.
I don't want to speculate what happened, but hopefully they're just fixing up whatever needs to be fixed up. And he's back on the field here.
And he is definitely a big loss. He's, you know, if you go off points, of course, in basketball it's very, very significant. But in soccer, it's sort of like it's a good thing to have, but it's really just kind of brushed under the rug. But if you look at the points total of Nicky Jackson compared to the entire UC Riverside team, Nicky Jackson is outscoring them solely by himself. Ball pushed up midfield. Lucoso trying to get something going. Ball, great stop. That's Lanier. He'll get it up to Demos. Demos met by a Highland defender. Pollard is there. So Pollard will throw it in.
Waste of a possession there, really, for the Highlanders. Not really sure what Ortiz Lopez wanted to do. Right into the breadbasket of Pollard, though.
GCU Arena is hosting Movement Day Arizona on September 16th. Movement Day is a gathering of ministry, marketplace, and nonprofit leaders who are passionate about the Phoenix area and the gospel of Jesus. Tickets are available at gcurena.com.
GCU trying to make a change in the Arizona community. Always good to see.
Ball pushed up by the Highlanders. Great defense by the Lopes. And it'll go the way of the Lopes. So threatening there was number 21, Eduardo Benito, the other Highlander who's got the one of 3 goals this season. And Lucoso just barely bounces off his foot.
Say close. Nice job extending the leg out to try and get a redirect into the goal, but the Lopes defense clamping down.
Rodia will kick it over to Sasha Verovic. Or cook it over, that works. Demos. Cross field to Day. Day will kick it up to Lanier. Lanier trying to get something going. He'll cross it, but it'll meet by a Highland. Great stop by the Lopes, but again, a great defense by the Highlanders to keep the Lopes as far away from the goal as possible.
It's a good job of Hermann keeping that one on his chest, though, and in front. Keeps the possession intact.
Sasaverovic at the top of the field. Free kick for Demos, little too high.
That was a great turn right there.
Great look, wide open by Demos, but just a bit too high.
Well, maybe a little bit too excited as he got all of his foot into that one. Sending that one well over the net, but they'll take more opportunities like that, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame the wind on that one. It was for sure the kick. It just sailed right over the crossbar. It was a great job by Demos to get that sort of turn and then kick. And it just a lot lower. It would have maybe even hit the crossbar. Demos, great defense. Header off Lucoso. Lanier. He'll kick it over to Day. And GCU will reset. McLaughlin. He'll kick it up to Sasa Verovic. Verovic kicks it down midfield. Trying to get it over to Alanis. Alanis, opportunity for the Lopes, again squandered by the Highlanders.
Gotta keep that one on your foot a little closer. I understand he was trying to dribble that one quickly. Chance squandered there.
Hermann has got the ball now. He'll shot on goal. Good, yes! Tie game! Damian Hermann in the 23rd minute. GCU ties it up 1-1.
Well, how about it? Damian Hermann just stops and pulls in from the top of the box. Left footer in the right corner. And I'll tell you what, Vincent Morales is not happy about that. Furious with his defense for the loose marking. Should have been way tighter on a guy like Hermann, and he makes him pay.
Well, exactly. You said it perfectly, Alex. Great job by Damian Hermann to get a beautiful shot right past Morales, who has been relatively unstoppable. And you are right, the Highlander defense absolutely collapses, and you see what the result is.
Well, who says you need Nicky Jackson to score? Damian Hermann has that.
So the Highlanders will reset after that goal. Lucoso. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Alwine. He'll go over to get it over to Ketcha. And now the Havocs are fired up.
That's got to be intimidating if you're on the other side after scoring a goal, especially for the goalkeeper to get into his mind just a little bit.
Well, of course, you lose your best scorer early to some sort of circumstance, and then you get a substitution, a goal by the Highlanders, and the Lopes are just trying to do it now. Header will go over and on top of the net. So, and again, Lucoso down there. Another opportunity for the Highlanders squandered.
Let's not downplay this. That was a serious attempt right there.
Very close,
and
exactly.
A great job of getting the head on the ball. Just barely misses the crossbar. Could have been 2-1.
So the Highlanders will get a throw in. GCU with a steal. Damian Hermann again. And he loses it. And it'll be stolen by the Lopes. Lopes still trying to push the ball now. It'll be number 17. It'll be Alfonso. Met by a Highlander defender. He's trying to get around him. And it'll go out of bounds. And it looks like it might have hit off the foot of a Highlander. So GCU will take over.
This is just what we said. Needing to get more opportunities for corner kicks. And here it is. Well, good job of crossing that one, but way too low, and that one had a weird tail on it.
Day with a shot. Lopes, another shot on the corner. It'll go out of bounds.
Don't hate the idea, but with a left foot shot there, with that little angle, the best you're going to get is off the keeper's hands, and for a corner, maybe you would have liked to see him send that one to one of his teammates.
So Josh Drac trying to do maybe a little too much to get the Lopes up early. 26th minute, first period. Score is tied 1-1. And Marquise will kick it away. Or, I'm sorry, Morales will kick it away. And it'll go out of bounds, so the Highlanders will retain possession. Hernandez with the throw-in. They will throw it in to Lucoso, and it'll go out of bounds on Drac. So Hernandez again with another throw-in. He'll throw it right into the Lopes defenders. That'll be Day to Hermann. And Alwine will have to chase it. Alwine kicks it past midfield. Right over to Day. Right over to Drac. Drac kicks it up to Day. And it'll go over to Alfonso.
It seems like every time GCU gets the ball on the offensive, they hold it for a decent amount of time and get a good opportunity.
GCU, Sasaverovic to Alfonso. He'll get a shot high in the air and met by defenders. On the rebound is the Highlanders, and the Highlanders have another player down. Nope, he'll pop right up.
Let's take a look at this. Into the box. Morales is going to take out the legs of his own teammate along with the Lope. And that's just aggressive keeping by Morales, but nothing really you can do. If the Lopes get ahead on that one, that one's in.
Well, they tried to get it on the rebound. We were just unable to do so. But yeah, you're right. Morales just going for the ball, and it meets the legs of his own guy.
Defense doing a lot of work and passing it a lot to GCU.
Drac's going to push it up. He's got a shot. He'll cross it over to Alfonso. Alfonso will reset again. Get it over to Hermann, and it will be stolen by the Highlanders. So GCU had another opportunity there. A little bit of a breakaway from Josh Drac, but the Highlander defense keeps them away. Day. He's looking across midfield. They'll get over to Drac. Great slide tackle by the Highlanders.
It was a good no call right there. He was down before the Lope ran into him, and that was a clean tackle, all ball.
McLaughlin. He'll get it up to Sasaverovic. He'll kick it up to Alfonso. A little bit of pushing and shoving there from the Lopes and the Highlanders.
Tell you, nothing's worked on that far side wing for GCU all day. It's been one, if not two, Highlanders to the ball all evening.
So Paul will reset the Lopes offense as he kicks it over to Austin Day. Day just barely saves it from out of bounds. He'll push it up. That'll be number 20. That's Ramirez. And the Highlanders get the ball back. Kicked up to Lufonso. And the shot. Great save by Pollard. Lucoso.
Freshman mistake by Malik Smith. Look at this. Well, before that, he was not marked up close to tight enough on Roberto Garcia Vargas, allowed him to get that ball and make that through ball, but a great save by Pollard to keep this one even.
Pollard again continuing to be a great stopper for the Lopes. He let one goal go past him, but so far he's been pretty good. Corner kick for the Highlanders. Kick will be high. Headed out by Sasaverovic, and GCU will take over.
It's a good-looking kick into the box there by the Highlanders. A good job of one of the Lopes to get ahead on it, clear that one out of any danger.
And I think that was either number 8, Alex Radia, or number 18, Andy Alanis. But either way, yeah, great job by the Lopes to clear the ball. Shot, great defense by Drac. Hermann putting the moves. They'll push it up. They'll find Austin Day on the corner. He'll push it past midfield. Day looking for somebody. It's Alanis, and it goes back to Day. Day looking across to Hermann. Hermann's a little bit of an opening here. Opportunity for Hermann. He'll push it up, and great defense by the Highlanders.
I thought for a second Hermann may have stepped in to take that from about 30 yards outside, but didn't, and a not bad choice, but not too aggressive. We've seen a little bit more from Hermann.
Pollard will launch it downfield, and GCU will try to keep it away. That's Sasaverovic. Ball headed past midfield. Ketcha. Just a little plethora of headers there for the Highlanders.
That's how we started too.
Yeah. So we'll take another look. Outline.
Not quite as bad. Slowed down, but head into a shoulder there. Just both going for the ball.
Of course, no call. Outline pushes it past midfield. Highlanders trying to threaten. Stolen by GCU. They'll get it up to Hermann.
Well, we do not have a passing percentage statistic in front of us, but can't imagine that the Highlanders is very high. 45% around.
Day pushes it past midfield again. They'll look across to Afonso. And he'll try to get something going.
Down the far side alley again.
He's looking to push the ball up through the side. He'll get it over to Hermann, and it just barely misses. Drac on the rebound. He'll shoot off the legs of GCU. Their second opportunity right off the crossbar. Oh, a good look.
Well, the first one by Drac wasn't that strong. A good job of Hermann not to touch that. If he does, it's offside. That was a weak shot by Drac, but then the rebound fell right to him. And what a turnaround shot, just unable to put it inside the iron.
And Andy Alanis would definitely want that one back, but yet just a little bit too far right. And GCU could have been looking at a 2-1 lead, but maybe looking at another opportunity here. 33rd minute, first period, still all knotted up 1-1.
Let's keep in mind this is without Nicky Jackson, so their star spark, the 7-point man for GCU.
Sasaverovic past midfield to the Highlanders. They'll push it up.
Have you heard the Havoc stop making noise since the game started? I haven't.
I have not, no. They have definitely been very, as usual. Ball pushed up to Hermann, and it'll go Alwine. Great defense. Again, the Highlanders doing a great job of keeping the Lopes away.
Gotta love the vuvuzelas, though. Just like the 2010 South African World Cup.
It's
just makes a soccer match great, huh?
It's definitely made its way to the United States. That's all I'll say on that one. So Austin Day trying to get something going. It'll go out of bounds. So the Highlanders will take over. But yeah, Alex, the Havocs, as usual, are very, very prominent in every single game for mostly every single sport. That does require a crowd. Of course, you're not going to see them out during the, they're not going to see them out on the golf course, but you definitely the men's and women's basketball games, the volleyball games, and of course, tonight with the soccer game.
This crowd on the berms as well. It's a good place to watch the game.
Nice layout right on the lawn.
Absolutely.
maybe Qdoba's not too far away from the field, so maybe grab some food, enjoy the game. Ball pushed up. Hermann, great defense again by the Highlanders. Ball will go past midfield. GCU, along with the Highlanders, have been also doing a pretty good job of keeping the Highlanders away from the box.
There's your speed right there. It's Huerta. Dangerous man with the ball.
Well, Huerta's got the only goal for the Highlanders tonight, and the third goal for them the entire season. Of course, it's not counting the exhibition games. They did have a 3-3 tie against UNLV, and they did have a 1-3 loss against the University of San Diego, who we do actually play in men's basketball. So it's a question, Alex, if the Lopes can keep them quiet like they've been so far, of course minus the one goal, they might walk away with a good win.
That's right, and each team kind of making a final push before halftime. The Lopes have been close, of course, would love to get the goal that takes the lead before halftime, but see if they can do that.
Pollard will try to get something going here with the kick. Goal kick from Pollard. Directly to a Highlander. Great defense by the Lopes. Ooh, that's Alex Radia. So Radia just gets his legs a little crossed up with number 27, Adrian Medina. And of course, now it'll be an opportunity for GCU. And we'll see what they can do. Alanis, great defense by Alwine. Alanis trying to get out of the corner. Alwine has just been stingy. Picked up by Alfonso, pulled, no call. Got a little bit of Alfonso's arm. GCU with an opportunity, and the Highlanders will take it away.
Really great work by the Highlanders in the corner on the Lopes all game long.
Sasa Verovic trying to get something going. He'll get wrapped up, and he'll break free of the defense, and it'll go towards the Lopes, so probably a foul. With the kick will be Alex Ramirez. Referee letting him know where he wants the ball. So Ramirez will get the free kick. Maybe could lead to a header goal for GCU.
A couple men crashing down towards the goal, we'll see.
High in the air. McLaughlin header blocked away by Morales. Great job by the Highlander goalie.
Not sure if you could have executed a free kick from that far any better.
Job. Hermann on the rebound, out of bounds.
But wow, just able to punch it over the head of McLaughlin. McLaughlin has the height on him, but the timing is what won it there for Morales.
A great job by Morales to get his hands poked right over the head of McLaughlin. But yes, a fantastic kick by Alex Ramirez. And had Morales not been there, it probably would have been a goal. So no call, but it looks like play will slow down for a second here. And a little bit of a mix-up. Oh, might have been a little bit of a foul there on McLaughlin. So free kick for the Highlanders.
Words between Drac and the referee.
Well, he was probably just a little curious of what was going on. I myself have been a little confused what was going on myself.
Marking where they need to stand off the free kick. They don't seem to agree, but they don't get a choice.
Free kick in the air. Pollard with a great save. Rebound for the Highlanders. Kicked away by McLaughlin. Great defense by the Lopes. And a great recovery by Aiden McLaughlin.
That's what happens. You got the aggressive goalkeeping style of Pollard. You got to have a defender in the back lines. Great job of McLaughlin keeping that one out.
So the Highlanders will threaten here. Sasa Verovic, great defense. Again, getting pulled down, but no call. there is obviously a level of extent when it comes to contact for soccer. You can, push and shove and kind of elbow a little bit, as opposed to, basketball, where if you're grabbing on somebody's jersey or grabbing on somebody's arm, it's a foul. But that's kind of the more interesting aspect of soccer that I find fascinating.
Yeah, well, a lot of contact in soccer. And evidence is right as I start saying that. A lot more contact in soccer than most people obviously think when you think of soccer. These guys get after it with each other, and you'll see here.
Gets tripped up. That's the second time. There's the second time.
This last one seemed a little bit worse, just getting legs in Hermann's legs.
Hermann might have fallen on his thorax there, but he's okay. Day looking to push it up. He's got Radia. Radia pushes it to really nobody. Outline with great defense, and it'll sail out of bounds, so GC will get the ball. Throw in for Alfonso to Hermann. Back to Alfonso. Recovers there, a little bit of a trip up.
Got to step down the side.
Tackle. It looks like it'll go out of bounds on the Highlanders, so a corner kick for Alfonso. Or no, he'll throw it in. Sasaverovic up to Ramirez. Great defense by the Highlanders again. Sasaverovic unable to get that one.
Well, the Highlanders really start to push a little prematurely before they have all their men up. What GCU's doing is how the Highlanders started, just by kind of working it slowly and playing the possession game.
Hermann pushes the ball up. He's trying to get the breakaway. He'll get it up to Alfonso. Alfonso will try to find him back. Great defense by Alwine, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, he's really been on his marking all night, and he's played great defense. Your best round of golf awaits at the Grand Canyon University Golf Course. Experience beautiful greens, state-of-the-art amenities, and the redesigned restaurant and clubhouse. Book your tee times today at gcugolf.com.
Drac gets the ball up top. GCU still trying to get something going with a couple more minutes remaining in this period. Ramirez over to Sasaverovic. Verovic trying to get something going. Great defense again by Outline. And they will clear it. Austin Day is there, but he will be beaten by a Highlander. And it'll sail out of bounds. So it looks like the Lopes will get a throw in. Cool down with an iced coffee, tea, and smoothies from the GCBC. That's the Grand Canyon Beverage Company. Open in the Student Union and the Roadrunner Apartments. You been to GCBC, Alex?
I have.
You a coffee guy or a tea guy?
Coffee, but it's too hot for that.
Yes, I agree. Well, they got iced coffee.
Not the same.
Open shot to Radia. Shot on goal. Great save again by Morales. Fantastic job by Alex Radia to get a little bit of a breakaway there, but an even better job of Morales to save it.
I was looking to see. I didn't know if the referee had his hand up for offside. I don't think it was offside, but they got up sort of like it was. Just a great save from Morales there.
Ricardo Ruiz got a little bit of the arm of a Lopes defender. He fell, but he's popped back up.
Talk about a last-minute chance in the first half. Doesn't get much better than that, but Morales was up to the task.
Ramirez kicks it downfield. Pollard is there with the grab. They'll push it up to Alfonso.
Pollard really wanted to get that ball up fast. I like that.
Alfonso trying to get something going for the Lopes with about 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Sasaverovic. Defense by the Highlanders, and yeah, it might be a little. There's a definite foul there.
Foul coming there. Definitely got the legs in between the legs of the Lopes player. It was not ball. And now a chance for a free kick goal here with a minute to go in the first half.
So free kick coming for the Lopes. That'll be Alex Ramirez. Sails it high in the air. Off the head of a Lope. McLaughlin on the recovery, and yes, it will be.
Handball in the box.
And GCU will have an opportunity.
I'm going to look at this again, but it's a big mistake there by the Highlanders. This ball wasn't delivered into the box as well as the first one was by Ramirez. But let's see it right here. There it is. Anything above the waist, that's not the head. And Alwine, for as good as he's played all day, has given up a penalty kick.
So a penalty kick. They'll give it to Hermann. Hermann scored the only goal so far. Shot on goal. Good! GCU takes the lead 2-1. In the 44th minute, Damian Hermann, his second goal of the night.
What a strike again by Damian Hermann.
Damian Hermann.
And Morales just guessing on that one. Such a powerful stroke. And now Hermann has evened up with Nicky Jackson in goals. Two already.
Great job by the Lopes to get a last-second goal. 44 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first period. Damian Hermann, 2 goals on the night. And the Lopes take the lead 2-1.
Not quite sure what Morales was yelling at, but he is in his own head right now. Look at the body language, poor body language, yelling at his own defenders. That bodes well for GCU right now and for the second half.
Well, he's definitely got to be frustrated letting up 2 goals. It's probably been a relatively frustrating season for him in general, but we'll see what the Lopes can do. Hermann kicks it up. Possibly a last-second goal trying to go. No, it will not. It'll sail past midfield, and the time will wind down. So, Alex, we've seen 2 goals so far, both by Damian Hermann. 2-1 is the lead as we go into this second period. Without Nicky Jackson in the first period, maybe he can come back, but it seems like the Lopes are not missing him at all.
Well, what a thrilling first half. 9 shots for the Lopes, and none of them coming from Nicky Jackson because he wasn't in there. And this is exactly what we talked about at the top of the game, saying that GCU needed was production from their other players except Nicky Jackson, and they've gotten it. The feeds to Hermann, the hustle, the pushing the ball, it's been all there in the first half tonight by the Lopes.
So with that, we go into the second period with the Lopes leading 2-1. You are watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
This is GCU Soccer on GCU TV.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I'm a junior here at GCU. Students are making a huge impact on the Valley just through painting the Valley purple. It really means a lot to people in Phoenix to hear that somebody's from GCU. It almost gives you like credentials because they know that you're a good kid and that you're gonna go far. I definitely think GCU is preparing me for my future and teaching students and being a difference maker in the lives of other people.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. GCU's College of Theology serves the church by preparing students for a career in ministry and to share the gospel as a Christian leader. We reach a broad array of like-minded churches and Christian organizations to embrace various denominations and celebrate the unity we all have in Jesus Christ. At GCU, aspiring ministers and Christian leaders receive deeply focused theological training that is grounded in biblical truth. Students may choose from a variety of theological, transformative degree programs with real-world relevance, including Christian Studies and the Master of Divinity. Our recently launched Center for Worship Arts develops new talent in worship leadership, performance, and production. Whether learning on campus or online, our bachelor's and master's students graduate from the College of Theology fully equipped to minister and live the message they teach and preach. The mission of our college is to educate students to effectively communicate the gospel, faithfully serve the church, and minister with integrity at home and abroad. Find your purpose in ministry and Christian leadership at gcu.edu/COT. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
GCU is on a mission. Our Division I men's basketball team is stacked with talented veterans and international star athletes. See every exciting matchup and experience our rise from college athletes of the dream to champions. Here we come. Our purpose, our season, our time. We are Lopes Rising. Catch all the family-friendly excitement. Limited season tickets available. Get them now to lock them in for generations to come at lopestickets.com. Don't miss.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to GCU Stadium, where the Lopes are kind of trying to keep their consistent lead 2-1. One early goal by Damian Hermann, and then a second penalty kick. And Alex, I got to say, I've been pretty satisfied with the way the Lopes have been playing.
Well, you could really feel a goal coming for the Lopes all night, couldn't you? I mean, the energy was there, the offense was not lax, and they went right after the Highlanders from start to the end of the first half.
Last week, men's soccer enjoyed a win at home against Evansville, and the women's volleyball team had an opportunity to play in the GCU tournament. With more on that, here is Adriana Esparza with your Lopes halftime report.
Thanks, guys. Adriana Esparza here with your Lopes halftime report. This past week, men and women's soccer hosted their first doubleheader of the season, and women's volleyball had their first game at the arena. First things first, women's soccer played UC Santa Barbara and tied in double overtime. Talk about fighting till the very end. Senior goalkeeper Blakely Frosch also had a season high of 8 saves, while sophomore Nisa De Vera scored her first goal of the season, shortly after being subbed in, which ended up tying up the game 1-1. Minutes later, the men took the field while over 3,500 screaming fans cheered them on. Energy was high that night, especially after senior Nikki Jackson shot a game-winning goal, wrapping up the game against Evansville 1-0. Let's take a look of how it all went down. Speaking of high energy, the women's volleyball team hosted the GCU tournament in the arena for the first time ever. They had a record-breaking 2,504 fans in attendance. Unfortunately, they didn't do as well as they had hoped, but their spirits remained high and are readier than ever to kill it at the Bradley tournament this weekend. Make sure to catch the next soccer doubleheader as women take on Hawaii and the men play the CSUN Matadors on September 17th. You can watch it live on GCU TV or at the stadium. I'm Adriana Esparza with your Lopes halftime report. Back to you guys.
Back, everybody. Of course, the score at halftime is Lopes leading 2-1. And with a full recap of what's been going on, just in case you missed it, let's take a look at the Lopes halftime highlights. So it started off early with the Lopes. Nikki Jackson had a great shot on goal, and in fact, he had just barely missed for GCU, and that was for the Lopes. Day, great slide tackle by the Highlanders, whose defense has been absolutely unstoppable for GCU. And a little bit of a handball there. No one called that one. We'll brush that one under the rug as he smacked it with his hand. Radia, he had just a beautiful opportunity just right off the side of the goal. And then, of course, Damian Hermann, his first goal. Beautiful shot. And, of course, the penalty kick that gave the Lopes the lead right past Morales. And GCU keeping the lead pretty strong here, 2-1. And hopefully they can continue it with, in the second half. And they've been playing absolutely fantastic. The defense has been strong for the Highlanders, but the Lopes offense has finally been kicking off. Speaking of kicking off, November 7th, the women's basketball team gets underway as new head coach Nicole Powell begins her first season with the Lopes. For more on that, take a look. We'll just talk about Nicole Powell.
We could talk about Coach Powell
We'll definitely
ourselves.
talk about Coach Powell. She is a Stanford grad, for one. She's got an immense amount of experience for the women's basketball team. 2005 comeback player of the year. Fantastic job by her, taken 3rd overall by the Charlotte Sting. And we'll take a look at the season to come. So, like we said, Coach Powell, she's got a lot of experience. And Alex, what do you think she's going to bring to this team?
Well, she brings a lot of winning experience. 2005 WNBA champ, an all-star.
Yes.
2-time Pac-10 Player of the Year. It's a lot of. That's a great addition to this team. A team that had the pieces, just couldn't put it all together last year, and as a result, fell in some close games. But hopefully, the pieces all come together this year.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be very exciting to watch not only Coach Powell's career continue as the new head coach for the Lopes, but also see if the program is continuing to develop the way that Mr. Colangelo and President Mueller want to keep pushing it. And I think Nicole Powell is a great addition. And for those who are fans of the Phoenix Mercury, she was taken in the exact same draft as Diana Taurasi.
Well, Taurasi, a great player and a great career in the WNBA. It's good to get a coach like Coach Powell. You can't take things like this for granted because the experience and intelligence they do bring in is amazing.
So we'll get another opportunity here to look at the season to come.
I'm so honored to be the coach here at Grand Canyon University. I absolutely love the foundation that this university is built on, its Christian principles, the service part of what we do, and how we develop students in leadership. I think we're just really setting the trend for what it means to be a college student, and certainly to be a college student athlete, and how much we serve our kids, preparing them here on the court as their coach, and mentoring just to be awesome people in life and to go out there and really serve their community in whatever capacity they choose to do so. It's really a great time to be a student athlete here at Grand Canyon, especially for women's basketball. The resources and support that the university has given us are tremendous. We've got a terrific 7,000 seat arena that we play in. We have a brand new practice facility just for our sport, and also extra spaces for our team. So it's just really nice to know that we have the support from the university. And we're a priority here, and we're gonna be filling that place. We're gonna be filling up the arena with lots of fans. The game of basketball has had such a meaningful impact in my life. It's really shaped who I am. It certainly wasn't a plan, but being in sports as a youth, being a student athlete myself from high school and into college, and then getting a chance to be a professional athlete, to now being on the other side of things as a coach, it's just kind of this full circle. And now I find myself getting a chance to be a part of young women's lives in this way and be their mentor. And certainly teaching the game, which I love, but just being a part of their life and hopefully teaching them life lessons and just seeing how they grow during this time in college. It's just a really neat experience to do. And it's definitely, I've got my dream job. What can I say?
And of course, like we had discussed, Alex, Coach Powell getting this team very excited, getting this team very ready for a brand new women's season that begins November 7th. their first game. And I mean, there's really not a whole lot more we can say about it, but it's just going to be it's going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to wait and see.
Wait and see and hope the results pan out like most of these GCU athletics teams have been.
And of course, Mr. Pollard, Jeremy Pollard, getting a couple warm-up shots. He's trying to stay warm. He's been absolutely on fire, minus the 1 goal so far. And on both sides, Alex, the defense has been very good. The Highlanders have more along the lines of their actual defenders staying in the box, keeping GCU away from scoring opportunities. And then, of course, on the Lopes side, it's been mostly Jeremy Pollard.
Well, for the Highlanders, what their problem has been defensively is the turnovers. Once it gets to their back lines, who are playing very well and tightly and pressing for these GCU players, they're just giving it right back to the Lopes, wasting possessions. Now for the Lopes, they just have to keep their fouls down. Their fouls have been down, like we talked about at the beginning. Only 14 corner kicks compared to the opponent's 37 all year. But their fouls, 5 compared to the Highlanders' 7. And that's just a cleaner game and a cleaner look by the Lopes. If they keep that up and keep pressing but not stressing, they'll bury this Highlanders team.
So we will be right back, and when we come back, it'll be time for the second half. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
You're watching GCU TV. Go Lopes.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university.
We are getting ready to go here in the second half with just about 10 seconds to go left in the halftime. Lopes keeping the score very, very close, but they've got the lead 2-1. And Alex, the biggest significance about this is they're doing this without Nikki Jackson.
Well, what they need to keep doing is keeping the shots up. You know, Nikki Jackson, they haven't relied on him for any shots tonight, so they can keep that up. They don't need to, be hurt that Nikki Jackson's gone. Hermann has both of their goals. They just need to keep getting the shots. They're at 9 and keep hitting the goal, because I'll tell you what, you put in one more against Morales and I think he will have a breakdown in there.
And it exactly nailed it on the head. Damian Hermann has definitely been picking up the slack with Nikki Jackson gone. We're still not really entirely sure why he's out, but we will try to figure that out so that we can get you all updated on that. But back down to the field, the score is still again 2-1, Lopes lead as we begin the second half. So Alex, before we get underway, what's one thing the Lopes need to do to keep this lead?
Keep giving the ball to their playmakers and understanding that Hermann and guys like Drac are going to make plays.
So GCU will start with the ball as we have some sort of loud noise on the stands. Confuse a lot of people, but we're good.
I think we've started with, before the first half and the second half begin, a firework going off.
Oh, okay. Very festive.
Not quite sure why. They do have the post-game fireworks, though.
Yes, post-game fireworks are definitely a lot of fun.
It's a cannon.
Oh,
Getting word that that's a cannon they're firing. The Lopes and cannons.
They go hand in hand, antelopes and cannons.
Sure enough.
So GCU, good defense early on, as the ball will go back to them. Alfonso.
Well, I'll be interested to see who sets the pace in this half. Will the Highlanders make the adjustments they need to, or the Lopes keep on rolling?
Great steal by Alfonso. He'll push it past midfield, trying to get a little bit of a breakaway. He's got Hermann. He won't use him. He gets past it again. A little wrap up in the arms. Again, no call. Hermann gets it up to Sasaverovic at the top.
We've seen all night, if they go down that wing, the Highlanders have that second clamp man to really prevent any corner balls from coming.
And that's definitely what the Highlanders have been doing really well, is they've been guarding the wings fantastically. As you see there, some great defense as Sasaverovic kicks it up midfield, looking for a header. Stolen by Morales. Another great job by the Highlander goalie.
Good job timing that ball when it came down, because looked like, who's that? I think, no, that's it's not Malik Smith, but they had a Lope in there. Jackson Jella, I'm sorry, the University of Portland transfer. And Morales just taking that one away right from Jella. Important to note, Jackson Jella is on now for the start of this second half.
So we'll see maybe what kind of impact Jackson Jella can make in the rest of this second half. Ball goes out of bounds. And you said it, Alex, Jackson Jella, a part of that little transfer group that GCU has. Evan Waldrip from Creighton, Jackson Jella obviously from Portland, Jeremy Pollard, the goalkeeper from Akron, he's from Sydney, Australia, and Bennett Lahern from, Lehner, I'm sorry, from Dayton. So Morales kicks it out of bounds. And GCU will try to get something going with a throw-in.
I thought it was funny for Jackson Jella. I remember doing the Portland GCU game last year and watching just his experience coming into the stadium, how cool it was, and find it awesome that now he is with this GCU team.
Shot on goal will sail, and Alfonso will get another opportunity for GCU.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Ball high in the air, header, up the top of the goal. So it'll go out of bounds. A great opportunity for the Lopes to try to continue this lead. And Alfonso places the ball perfectly to Austin Day, but it just sails a little too high in the air.
Absolutely incredible placement right in the box. And Drac got his head on that one, but just sinking into the top of the net, the wrong part over the crossbar.
So Day will throw it in. He'll get it over to Hermann. Hermann back to Day. Day looking to get it to go. Day over to Radia. Radia with a shot. It'll go out of bounds. Looks like it bounced off a Highlander, so GCU will get a shot in the corner. But again, the stingy defense of the Highlanders, just like early on in the first period, it's continuing here in the second.
Well, now let's see if we can make something happen off a Drac corner. You hit this right, get a chance for a header.
Drac, corner, high in the air. Header, great defense by Morales. And Day gets it on the rebound. He'll get it back to Drac. Drac over to Day. Day almost loses it. Highland defender's still there. Drac.
Morales doesn't punch that one out, and Hermann has a hat trick right there and then.
So we'll get another shot at the corner kick. Another great placement by GCU.
Oh, sorry, that was not Hermann, but Radia. Either way, Radia almost getting a piece of that one and connecting into the back of the net.
Another corner kick here for GCU. High in the air. Great defense again by the Highlanders. Really no Lope was around where that ball landed.
Lopes are going to
McLaughlin
maintain
he'll
possession.
Get a shot. Great slide, and it'll go out of bounds. That's number 15. That's Audemars with a great defense there. Magnuson, just a great job to slide tackle that one. We'll get a corner kick from Josh Drac. The third corner kick so far in the past 5 minutes. Drac high in the air. McLaughlin comes around. It'll sail out of bounds. And so the Highlanders will finally get an opportunity to get it to the other side of the field.
Hit that one completely wrong, went off the top of his head. Went up sailing over the net backstop into the crowd of Souvenir.
Morales with the goalie kick. He'll send it down midfield. It'll meet a Lope. That is Jella, but it'll go out of bounds. So the Highlanders will retain possession.
Like the goal kick to at least cross over the midline. Did not do it there.
Good defense by McLaughlin, but it does go out of bounds.
Well, now GCU needing to stay on their toes here. Started off all offensively. Now coming to the defensive end 6 minutes in.
Hernandez with the throw in. Great defense by the Lopes. Jella will try to clear the ball. He will get it up to Afonso.
Good job putting some English on that one too.
Up to Hermann. Hermann past midfield to Jella again. Oh, just barely gets past him. And I bet you if Jella had gotten that one in front of him, we might have been talking about a possible goal.
Seems like he almost shook his head there, wanting that one back, knowing he could have had it.
Highlanders trying to threaten here. Great slide by Sasaverovic. And no call. Clean slide. Hermann. Ball up to him. He's got an open goal. Good defense by the Highlanders.
Alan Alcantara, who has been on since the start. Oh.
And you saw the
that's
pass
Magnuson.
there. Yeah, Magnuson.
Good speed right there, though.
Very, very good speed. And
great defense.
You see there the miss by Jella just barely gets right past him. And there's a Highlander down on the field. And that was the kick from Sasaverovic going for the ball. Might have connected.
Looks
with
like
the
just
leg.
a cramp here.
And it is relatively warm outside despite the wind and the possible rain. But you got to be real careful in terms of keeping your body hydrated, drinking a lot of water, and possibly mixing in a Gatorade here and there. That's number 13. That's Chris Ortiz Lopez. He'll get off the field in his own power, which is always a great sign. They'll get him refueled.
Definitely gingerly, though. Maybe got a little bone-on-bone action. Knee to knee, something like that.
You know, I still don't see Nicky Jackson.
It may be safe to say that we may not see Nicky Jackson for the remainder of this game for whatever reason.
But it looks like it hasn't really mattered too much, as the Lopes, regardless of their leading scorer being off the court, they've still got a heavy lead. Afonso, great header, but it'll go out of bounds. And well, there he is. Nicky Jackson, maybe not in the spot he wanted to be at the beginning of the night, but he's there now.
Nice appreciated break a little for Nicky Jackson. And certainly nice to know that when you're off, your team isn't dying for you to be back on there. It's got to be a relief to see Hermann getting the job done.
Yeah, Damian Hermann and a lot of the other Lopes, Sasaverovic, high up the air. Nice save again by Morales. Another header opportunity for GCU taken away by the quick hands of Morales.
If you get a replay on this one, if not, full extension by the hands of Morales, arms all the way up.
So GCU will clear it and it'll go out of bounds, so the Highlanders will take over. So we'll get another look at the save by Morales. As a great header by the Lopes, and that was Damian Hermann, of course, and Morales there using the length to save it.
Wouldn't a hat trick be exciting?
Oh yeah. Morales, of course, joins Pollard as relatively the taller guys on the field. Morales is 6'4", and of course Morales is 6'3", and Pollard is 6'4". Jello with a little bit of push. He'll fall to the ground, no call. Highlanders will keep possession. And they will push the ball up. Shot on goal off of GCU.
Nice block there, but far shot. Don't know that that would have given Pollard too many troubles.
Hermann cleared to Afonso. Afonso kicks it up to Sasaverovic. GCU is going to try to get something going here. Sasaverovic's got a little bit of a breakaway. Here he goes. The kick. The shot. It's good! There it is! Josh Drac with the third goal of the night. 54th minute. A beautiful pass by Sasaverovic. We'll take a look here at the highlights.
Well, just a great job of keeping that one on the ground by Sasaverovic. There's a time and a place to put it in the air, and there's a time and a place to put it right on your teammate's foot. And the freshman, Josh Drac, his first collegiate goal. Welcome to GCU, Mr. Drac. It's 3-1 Lopes.
And Alex, you had mentioned the body language of Morales early on when he gave up that penalty kick, and you can tell now the disappointment and the frustration in his head and in his mind that his defenders left Sasaverovic wide open and left Drac even more open for a goal by the Lopes. And right there, he's calling off his defenders. He's asking him what's going on. We've got to get our heads back into this game. Of course, probably use a couple other words that I can't say, but either way, you can tell the frustration on Morales.
Well, you're 0-4, and you can see why, but Morales is probably just going downhill from here.
By Allenwine, and Drac will fall. A little bit of a tangle.
But I'll say that play did all start on the near side with the 2-on-1 to Sasaverovic. He was able to get a run down the wing, and the rest of the GCU team was able to follow and come to the box.
So Ramirez will get the free kick.
He's been the man all night for free kicks, and he's done well.
Yeah, that one, his first free kick of the night was just beautifully played. Second one high in the air. Again, Morales, he's there.
Well, just keep pressing Morales, though. He's going to let something in because the mindset of him, certainly not that of an elite player right now, as the Lopes have worn him down.
And Morales, again, using the length. Not really necessarily a lot of contact there to get that save, but either way, great job. Out of bounds, Lopes take over. Pollard will probably kick it away.
Well, 3-1 now. The Lopes obviously going to take their time. No need to really rush.
Exactly. Kind of go off the mentality that the Highlanders had when they had a 1-0 lead. Just kind of kick the ball around, burn as much time off on the clock. They've got a heavy 2-goal lead, and hopefully they can walk away with a win. Hermann, he'll get the ball up. He'll kick it to Drac. Alfonso's there for the rebound. Alfonso, great
nice move, top of the box.
Lenny loses the ball. Alfonso, stay with it. Alfonso over to Hermann. Hermann looking for his third goal of the night, and it will not come right now. Alwine was there and kicks it away. It'll go out of bounds. So GCU will get the throw in.
Hermann just maybe out of gas down there, but that pass should have been in the air. Shouldn't have been to a foot, should have been to the head. Nice attempt, though.
So Sasaverovic will throw it in. He'll get it into Drac. Drac back to Sasaverovic, a combo that worked pretty well for the Lopes just a couple minutes ago. Alwine pushes it past midfield. McLaughlin is there. He'll kick it over to Pollard, and the Lopes will reset. We get over to the wing to Day. Day will push it up to Jella. Jella trying to get some space. He will. He'll get even more space. Jella, an opportunity here. Oh, great defense by the Highlanders.
Maybe a little bit goal greedy here of the Lopes now. Everyone wanting in on the action.
Well, Alex, I mean, you got to think about the factors here. The Lopes are at home. Their last win came at home, and they want to stay undefeated at home. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Lopes are trying to put on a bit more, a few more goals. And you see Jella there had a strong opportunity at the goal, but he's met by another Highlander defender, and we've got a Lope on the field who is down. It is Alex Radia. Looks like he's getting up. Might have just been, a little bit of the ankle to ankle, or definitely leg to leg.
I'm not going to book him there. Just a warning.
But it's been a very heavy contact game regardless. We've got a lot of pushing and shoving. We talked about it earlier. Of course, there is an extent that you do let some of the contact happen, but there's also a certain time where you got to, make the calls when they're obvious. So McLaughlin resets. He'll get it over to Sasaverovic. Sasaverovic gets it back up to the top to McLaughlin. Sasaverovic. Ooh. Another push, but again, no call. Bukoso, he's going to have an opportunity. Nope. Smith is there, and he'll kick it out of bounds.
Good job of wiping that opportunity away with a corner. Rather face a corner and a shot like that.
So a little bit of contact there. There's no call. And then, of course, that led to the out-of-bounds kick by Malik Smith. Great defense by the Lopes. So corner kick here for the Highlanders. And the kick is high. It's low, actually. It'll go out of bounds. Great defense again by the Lopes. Not only Jeremy Pollard doing a great job, but the Lopes defenders backing him up. Something that I bet Morales wish he has right now.
Well, the GCU attack just far stronger than anything the Highlanders can muster. GCU's not slowing down.
Ball will go out of bounds. So the Highlanders will look to get something going again. Alwine will throw it in. Here's the throw in directly to the Lopes. Kick, another header out of the way. Jella trying to get something going. Little contact there. Highlanders take it back. And yeah, they'll call that one. A little more obvious on that push as Jella tries to give himself just a little bit too much space.
See, I thought from the beginning that didn't look like a foul to me, and Jella kind of
might have pushed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a forearm there action, but it seems like he may have slipped a little bit.
Hermann. He'll kick it up to Sasaverovic. Sasaverovic. He's getting some space again. Last time he had space, it resulted in a Lopes goal. Sasaverovic up to Afonso. Afonso cross midfield, and the Highlanders are there. Smith, great defense there. Radia.
Good job retaining possession here from the Lopes again.
Ramirez kicks it over. Drac taken back. He'll kick it over to Malik Smith. Smith back over to Day. Lopes looking for some space. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be called. A little bit of a trip up there by the Highlanders defenders. And we'll take a second look at that.
Yep. Got someone two new for the Highlanders, one for the Lopes. For the Highlanders, Roberto Garcia Vargas.
Free kick in the air. It'll float, and great job by Morales.
Ricardo Ruiz coming on along with...
Oh, Morales definitely wanted that one. Morales
Daniel
thought he
Moreno.
got pushed. And you know the Lopes, the Havocs are going to get into this one. And you can
yelling
see
at the referee, not making any friends.
the frustration on Morales is just, it's been turned up to 11. And you can see, we'll see McLaughlin kind of maybe a little bit of a push, and Morales pops up, pointing at McLaughlin, saying, "He shoved me. Why is that not a foul?"
They're still having a conversation.
Well, they're going to keep talking. Definitely, as I'm pretty sure Morales doesn't want to be thrown out of the game with a 3-1 deficit. So Morales will kick it, and you can see his patience is running very thin. Vincent Morales with the kick. Ball will sail past midfield. Alfonso with the header. Oh, okay.
It's a blatant push right there.
That was a definite push that should have been called. You can start to see the frustration building for the Highlanders. Nice slide tackle by Sasaverovic. And again, no call. We'll get a second look at it. A very obvious push for the Highlanders. No call.
Well, that's one of the surprising ones, because it seems like you've had a couple that might not go, and then you have some that definitely look like they may go, and then they don't. The substitutions on for each team and should give them
Some fresh legs.
extra wind. It's a little under
Alphonse
30
steals
minutes.
the ball from Alwine. He'll kick it past midfield. Malik Smith. Or I'm sorry, that's Demos. Over to Hermann. Hermann, a lot of contact.
That'll be a
again.
yellow.
Yeah, well, they missed the earlier contact.
Yeah, they said, even the fans saying give him
Yeah.
the card. Definitely got in the legs there. That was a trip that,
Yeah, there's been a lot of contact tonight, and the calls have been made, but just not as consistent as most of these teams would want. So Radia will get the free kick.
definitely looked like it just was blatant. I mean, legs in legs, and that's a card.
Radia high in the air. Morales tripped up again, and now it'll be a foul, and it looks like Malik Smith is on the floor, on the field.
We'll see how this happened.
Yeah, we'll take a second look at that, as there was a definite collision with Malik Smith and Morales.
Oh yeah, it's Pollard again, or it's Morales again. Yep. And this one seemed.
I mean, you don't want to say intentional. Obviously, it was never intentional, but his legs went down on Smith's head, so he'll get up on his own power, and it looks like he might stay in the game.
Good job of the freshman getting up. Seemed like some pretty solid contact there. Morales maybe not, maybe a little bit more oblivious, seeing that he's down 3-1. A little more frustrated. Not going to care if he gets a foul.
So Morales will get the kick. And the kick. Malik Smith using his head. Alwine on the corner. He'll push it up to Huerta. Huerta pushes the ball up to his teammate. Sasaverovic there on the defense. Shot high in the air. It'll sail a little too far, but Ruiz is there. Ruiz kicks it downfield. Pollard's there with a great save.
Didn't flinch. Had a Highlander crashing towards the ball, and a great job of grabbing that one into his clutches by Pollard.
Jeremy Pollard continuing his pretty solid season at goalie. Jella will push the ball up. Great defense by the Highlanders. They'll push it past midfield. Stolen by Alphonse. And the Highlanders will retain possession. Ball pushed up to Lucoso. Lucoso looking for a shot. Defense by McLaughlin. Lucoso with an opportunity. Pollard off his hands and in the goal. So just as we talked about how great Jeremy Pollard has been, it goes right off his hands. And we'll take another look at it. Lucoso with the shot, and it just tips off the side of Jeremy Pollard's hand.
I'll tell you what, that wasn't, I'm not even sure that was necessarily meant to challenge Pollard as much as just kind of get some into the middle of the box and try and get a tip or something. But Pollard just off the hands and in, and that's a tough deflection.
So that'll be the 4th goal on the season for UC Riverside, and their 2nd tonight. Pollard will reset, and so will we.
I'll tell you what, now this Highlanders team is really going to start pressing. Never miss a game. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notifications for all your Lopes action. Subscribe at youtube.com/GCU.
Hopefully some people watching it currently on our YouTube channel.
Be interesting to see if the Highlanders can get the equalizer here, because they seem to have been revitalized after that last goal.
Ball will be pushed past midfield. Good defense by the Lopes, but back to another Highlander. Ruiz looking for Huerta. Great defense by the Lopes, and Alphonse will take over.
Threat right there, and a little scare for GCU. never wanting to blow a 2-goal lead.
Ball pushed up. Ruiz headed away by Malik Smith. Ball will be taken back up top.
Marking's going to need to be tighter for GCU.
And, the ball will go out of bounds, and some interesting statistics on our YouTube channel. We've got over 1,000 playbacks. That's pretty good.
It's good to see fans continue to watch GCU soccer. Always use a fan favorite on the YouTube channels.
I know I am definitely excited about how we have been expanding our coverage of these sports. And a lot of people going back and watching the games, and in case they missed it, they got class, they got other things going on. But we're down here on the field, so Huerta with the corner kick. It'll be high in the air. Riverside looking for, Riverside looking for a tie, but it'll go, will not happen. Looks like it might have been a foul for, we'll get another look at it. Yeah, it might have been a push somewhere. And yeah, Pollard, maybe not the foul for Pollard, but someone else. Either way, Pollard will kick it away. Alfonso, looking for a little bit of space.
Just a possession game now for GCU they need to play. Just kind of taking some time off this clock now that it's a 1-goal game. You don't have that cushion of 2 goals anymore.
Great defense there by the Lopes. And it'll fall out of bounds, so looks like GCU will keep possession. Demos, a lot of contact on that one. Alfonso pushes it over to Day. Day's got some space. He'll kick it over to Jella. Jella looking to get some clearance. Jella finding on the breakaway the shot on goal. Great save again by Vincent Morales.
And he'll still look for his first goal as a Lope.
Hopefully he can find it tonight. If not, of course, he'll have another opportunity on Sunday.
Jella's a good player. Definitely made some noise against GCU when he was with the Pilots.
Jella looking to clear. He'll get a little bit of a breakaway. Another shot for Jella coming, and is, again, great defense by the Highlanders to keep the Lopes off the scoreboard. They've still got a 1-goal lead, but regardless, the Highlanders have been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, what happens there, you put the legs down in the box, is you risk getting tangled up in Jella's legs and getting a foul, and in the box would be a penalty kick.
Don't forget to tune in to women's soccer game tomorrow night at 7. The game was unfortunately rescheduled due to the events at Stetson University facing the terrible hurricane that's going on. But we're glad they can still come out.
But I think it's an offsides.
They'll come out to play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and our prayers are with everybody in this time of need.
Just offside. That was close.
So another look at that. Barely. Malik Smith definitely wants that one back.
Just a bit ahead of his defender.
And a chance begin for the Lopes, for the Havocs, I should say. Not entirely sure what they're saying. But if you're playing out here at the stadium or inside in the arena, you're going to hear the Havocs.
And a goal change.
So
Cesar Jerez.
So Corey Marquise will come in as the goalie. We'll see what Marcus can do here with the sub on Pollard.
I wonder if that switch is because of that last goal that went in. Hopefully not.
Well, Marcus himself has not been too bad as a goalie either. I believe he has 6 saves on the season. So it seems like you sub one guy and you got another guy who can also do the job pretty well. McLaughlin will kick it out of bounds.
Saw the goalkeeping change and figure if you see a goalkeeping change from either team, it would be the Highlanders. But I guess that goal may have put Coach Shellis Heinemann over the line a little bit.
Yeah, Marcus has 6 saves so far in the 2 games he's played. He had a season high 3 saves last season against Omaha. I'm sorry, this season against Omaha. Marcus with a great save. Barely hangs on to it there, as it almost goes right out of his hands. And we might have gotten a tied score had Marcus not hung on to that one.
It definitely looked like a nervous dive there for Marcus.
Ball downfield to Jella.
And now it's gut check time for the Lopes and the Highlanders. In the last 25 minutes, you really want to see who's got the conditioning, especially in a tight game like this.
Throw in by the Highlanders. Day with the kick, and it'll go out of bounds. So the Lopes will retain possession. Day with the throw in. And we see there, Marcus just barely hanging onto the ball as he almost got kicked in the stomach. Afonso coming around to get it is Sasaverovic. He'll kick it up to Afonso, and it'll go out of bounds. So the Highlanders will take over.
Not a bad idea. Some of these Lopes are starting to get right outside the box and trying to keep it on the ground and go right to their teammate's foot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a good idea, especially trying to add on to this lead.
So the throw-in will be Allen Wine.
It's 50-50 header balls seem to be ending up for the Lopes a lot.
Shot on goal, another opportunity. Nice block by GCU. Sasaverovic on the rebound. No, a little bit of a push.
You got to want to clear that ball faster.
Yeah, they look like the Lopes were just kind of standing around there.
Got to get it out of there.
Sasaverovic will do just that and kick it downfield to Demos. And you see there, right there, Sasaverovic coming around, noticing that there's a bit of confusion. He got shoved there for a second, but no call.
That ball has to be blasted out of bounds off the sideline.
Radia, he sees Jella cross midfield, but Day will come to get it. Stolen by the Highlanders.
Well, from up here, it seems like Highlanders have a new wind right now, and GCU seems to be a little bit caught off guard.
GCU is just trying to make sure that they can retain this lead in the 73rd minute here in the second period. And the Highlanders are pushing. Ball will go over to Alwine. Header. GCU, McLaughlin trying to clear it. Highlanders, Lucoso. He had the most recent goal for the Highlanders off the hands of Pollard.
It's also going to be important for no contact in the box. Good job there by the Lopes.
Oh, great save. Great save by Corey Marcus to fall on top of that one. Way to stay with the ball. And we'll take a second look at it.
I was watching his reaction after that, extremely excited after making that save. Telling his defense great job, and that's good to see from the new goalie in here for the Lopes.
Jella.
And it really shows that Coach Heinemann has confidence in his goalie too, to come off the bench cold like that.
Well, unfortunately, Pollard did have the one go off his hands. And I don't think that was the intentional reason of why he got taken out. Maybe just want to get Marcus some playing time and get some fresh legs in there. And you can see it's working out so far. 2 saves for him in this one.
Well,
Afonso. Great move. Trying to get past Alewine. He'll look to cross and he'll get tripped up, and they will call it. That'll be number 7, Emilio Huerta.
Now you're going to start to maybe see GCU stay down for just a couple seconds more, try to wean all the time off the clock they can.
And he just got a little bit of the hip of Huerta, and it was enough to roll him over the top. So we'll get a free kick here.
Yeah, they're going to take their time on this, not really rush to take any free kicks or goal kicks, like I was saying.
So the kick, high, Open goal, it'll go out of bounds. So GCU will now go from the free kick to a corner.
Jeremy Camp's The Answer Tour is coming to GCU Arena on October 7th. Tickets are on sale now for this special event featuring Jeremy Camp and Royce Lovett. Go to gcuarena.com.
So Daniel Moreno had the free kick there. And now the corner kick will be handled by Afonso. So GCU will try to get a late goal here, 75th minute. They'll kick it in. Back to Afonso. Afonso kicks it over, and it'll be another great defense by the Highlanders.
Well, it's just the left trigger on Xbox One to call the second man over. Good job of the Lopes to do that and change it up.
Marcus will recover for the Lopes. We'll get a bit of a reset here. Marcus will throw it into Sasaverovic. Sasaverovic kicks it downfield, looking for Demos. Great defense by the Highlanders. Afonso. A lot of slide, a lot of contact there. And there it is. There is the yellow card. That'll be number 16. That is Alan Alcantara. And so GCU will get another opportunity to try to get on the board.
Under 15 minutes to go, so the Highlanders really starting to press as much as they can and make anything happen.
Sasaverovic gets it over to Hermann. Hermann back over to Sasaverovic. Over to Demos. Demos looking for an opening. He'll find Hermann. Hermann trying to break away, and they'll get it back to Sasaverovic at the top. Hermann kicks it across to Radia. Radia over to Day. GCU again, like you said, Alex, trying to play the possession game and knock as much time off the clock as they can.
Well, isn't that evident right now? So much slower than they have been.
Day wrapped up there, but no call. Radia.
But sometimes it's harder because you got to play the possession game, move around a little bit more off ball.
So it looks like we will have a sub. Coming into the game will be Bennett Lehner. So Lehner will come in for Moreno.
Is that the Creighton man or the Dayton man?
Well, I'll look at it. Lehner is, of course, like we mentioned earlier, a transfer. A part of the little plethora of transfers GCU had. Lehner is the Dayton man.
There you go, the Flyers.
Ball goes out of bounds. GCU retain possession. It'll be a throw-in by Day to Hermann. Ball will sail out of bounds again. So Morales with the goalie kick. It'll fall right to Austin Day. Ruiz clears it. A little bit of a trip. Yeah, they're going to call that one.
Quick to go to his pocket for a yellow, and that'll be a red.
It'll be a red card on Malik Smith.
That's because it was a second yellow. Can't forget that he already had one, and geez, that is going to hurt.
It's going to hurt a lot, and you can see a little bit of contact there. It seemed like Anthony Lopez of the Highlanders was coming down as Malik Smith was going across, and their ankles matched up, and Lopez got tripped up, and well, a red card is not what the Lopes need now, as Malik Smith will step off the field, and coming in to sub for him will be number 27.
Couldn't really see much from the replay.
Brandon Johnson coming in, but yeah.
But I mean, now it's 11 on 10, and with 10 minutes to go, this is a dangerous spot right now. You're putting your guys in.
High in the air, it will header off a Highlander, and Hermann will try to recover. Again, a lot of contact. Afonso, and a little bit of stoppage of play.
Yeah, they're definitely going to slow that down, approaching that ball.
So not only did the Lopes lose Nicky Jackson early, but now they lose Malik Smith, who's been a relatively solid defender for the Lopes so far. And of course, I don't even need to talk about how much of a loss on the field it is to have Nikki Jackson. So Brandon Johnson has not checked in just yet. Lopes still playing a man down. He is down there getting ready to sub in. Demos trying to get some space. He is looking for
nice
some space.
Move.
Demos, great move. He'll kick it up to Alfonso, just off his leg.
See if we can see that move again by Demos down low. Filthy.
Great clear there by Josh Drac, and we'll take another look by Demos. And like I said, just a beautiful move.
Whew.
The first move, and then this just
great
almost.
Defensive move
Yeah,
as they
great job.
almost hit Afonso. Need to grasp on for life here for 10 more minutes.
So the GCU Lopes will definitely try to keep the possession game. Maybe get a late goal to kind of put the nail in the coffin. Alfonso, cross field to Day, and that won't do much. Drac, Radia, defense, out of bounds.
This is what you train for, being up at home with 10 minutes to go. Great crowd and just having to finish out down a man. This is exactly where all the hours of running and lifting come in to fruition.
So now the Lopes won't have to play a man. Nope, no, they will continue to play a man down as Alfonso will step off and Johnson will step in. Throw in by the Lopes over to Demos. Demos to see if he can keep those nifty moves going. It'll go the way of the Highlanders. They're going to try to get a breakaway here. Cross midfield, stolen by the Lopes. Zasaverovic looking for an opening.
Out of nowhere.
Aylwine with the defense. Over to Hermann. And it'll be another red card for the Lopes.
Are they gonna give that to a Highlander?
It looks like it will go. You can hear the coach for the Highlanders fired up, and it'll be number 21. That'll be Eduardo Benito, who has, of course, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the one of 3.
Oh, he's furious down there.
Goals for the UC Riverside Highlanders basically the whole season.
You talk about squandering a chance, though. I mean, it has to be said that once you go up a guy, you have to take advantage of that.
Now the two teams will be down a player, so it'll be even again.
Right.
So Drac looking for some space. Highlanders looking to tie it up here. He'll find a Lopes defender. Pollard is there. Again, another collision. And again, it's just been a lot of contact. It seems like one call has been called, and then at the same time, the same play has not been called. So the consistency, in my opinion, has really not been there too much for either team.
Agreed, and it's led to sort of a choppy game, some stoppages. But overall, GCU has been able to overcome the challenges.
So Anthony Lopez will get the penalty kick.
Yep, now we're looking at a penalty kick. This is not good.
Marcus could come up huge here. Lopez looking to tie the game up late. Lopez with the kick, and it'll go in. Tied game in the 81st minute. And what was a 2-1 lead coming into halftime became a 3-1 lead and is now a tied game as it just goes to the way Marcus wasn't diving. And so now what looked like an easy win for the Lopes is a tie game. So Demos will kick it up. It has been a very frustrating second half for both teams. And now the game's tied. Hermann gets it up to Demos. Demos, just a little bit of miscommunication from him and Josh Drac. Radia trying to get the recovery. Zasaverovic there to help, but Radia, great on-ball defense. Hermann. Aleline will reset for the Highlanders.
Got to be livid on the sideline if you're Coach Heinemann.
Yeah, this has definitely been a very, very relaxed second half for the Lopes. Not as much aggression as they had early on.
I mean, it's not a given that this is even going to go into overtime. I mean, the Highlanders may take a goal right here. They look good.
Lucoso with an opportunity to get the lead back. Passes it across. It'll go past Sasaverovic and Hermann, and the Lopes will take possession. Sasaverovic with some nifty moves, but runs into a Highlander defender, two of them, and there's the contact again. They're going to give it to the Highlanders. '83rd minute, score all knotted up at 3 in the second period. So Ruiz will get the free kick. High in the air, off the head of the Lopes. Sasaverovic kicks it up to Hermann. Back over to Huerta. Huerta, great defense by Sasaverovic. Hermann pushes it up to Demos. Cross midfield to Austin Day. Day looking for some space.
Somewhat of numbers here.
That's Bennett Laner. Morales, another great save. He'll punt it across field and it'll go out of bounds. So that is Bennett Laner, not Austin Day. They are both on the field. So Sasaverovic with the throw-in. It'll be headed away. And yeah, a little bit of a too high of a kick there. It'll be a foul on the Lopes, so the Highlanders will take over again. 3 minutes. Sorry, score is tied at 3. Still a decent amount of time left, Alex, a little under 10 minutes for either of these teams to get on the board.
Don't know how much added stoppage time we'll have, but till the 90, about 5 to go, and let's see if one of these teams can get something in.
Radia kicks it up to Demos. Demos gets it over to Hermann. And it'll be another foul. Mark your calendars for Family Weekend coming up on October 6th through the 8th. Friends and family can live the Lope life for a weekend with their GCU student. Register now at gcu.edu/Family Weekend. So I would definitely suggest if you come out for Family Weekend, hopefully we got some sort of game going on, because these are an event. High off the goal, it'll go in. Off the crossbar. That is number 9, Robert Garcia Vargas. It bounces off the top of the crossbar.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And the Highlanders acted like the game was over.
Well, I mean, if you are the Highlanders, though, it's got to feel like that. You're down 3-1. The whole sideline's deflated. You need a timeout right now if you're Coach Heinemann. Take a break. This team is on a run, and they are unstoppable right now.
Laner looking to get something going. He'll kick it up to Day. Day back over to Laner. Laner over to Day. Day with a shot. He'll kick it up to Drac. Drac gets it tied up! Damian Hermann ties the game 4-4.
You couldn't write a script like this. The hat trick for Damian Hermann, and the Lopes have brought it back to even at 4. Oh my goodness.
A great assist by Josh Drac. What looked like a possible loss for the Lopes has now become a tied game, and you can kind of feel the spirits, this crowd is absolutely on fire now, as the momentum is starting to shift in the way of the Lopes as we're tied with about 5 minutes to go.
This is the stuff that winds up on SportsCenter at night. I mean, 4 goals, how about 2 in a minute? And beautiful goals.
McLaughlin Header over to Marcus. And McLaughlin is down, and a late fall by Garcia Vargas. As Vargas is on the field along with McLaughlin. So we'll get a look at that. Maybe Vargas might have tweaked his leg there, and McLaughlin as well goes down.
Well, I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. It seemed like Garcia Vargas was just going down because McLaughlin was down.
So both trainers are on the field. The clock is frozen at 86:01. Score tied because of that man there, Damian Hermann. 3 goals tonight. No Nicky Jackson, might I add. They had a 3-1 lead. Almost Warriors-esque. Lost the 3-1 lead. Highlanders took the lead 4-3. And then Hermann ties it back up.
Still 4 minutes to go here. There's no telling how this story will end. But McLaughlin is up. Garcia Vargas is up. And spectators just rearing to see the conclusion of this game, because it's bound to be thrilling.
Obviously, if either team don't get anything going here, we will go to overtime. And that's when the intensity will be turned from 11 to about 15. So McLaughlin looks like he will go off the field. Alfonso will step back on. He's kind of favoring that left leg. He will hustle off the field. It's good to know that he is getting off on his own power, so hopefully he'll be all right.
And you get these games that are going to go into extra time, and it's really just asking extra of your players. Dig as deep as they can.
Marcus over to Sasaverovic. He'll kick it downfield to Hermann, who has been absolutely on fire. Hermann up to Afonso. Oh, just a little bit too far, but he'll recover. Afonso with some moves, kicks it on the goal directly to Morales.
That was a rocket, too. That was a good shot, but right into the basket.
If there was any time you wanted the wind to be on your side, that would have been great. Radia a little bit too far on that kick. It'll go out of bounds. So there it is, Alfonso directly into the arms of Vincent Morales. As the score will remain knotted up at 4. Lucoso, defense from McLaughlin, who is staying in the game. Looked like he was going to walk off, but he is okay. Ball kicked. It'll go in the way of the Highlanders. A lot of contact there. Marcus holds it in his arms. Should slow it down a little bit. He'll throw it in. Afonso. Cross to Hermann. Hermann's got Drac if he wants him, but he'll get it to Afonso. Afonso with some nifty moves. A lot of arm contact from Alwine. And the Highlanders will take it back. And like I said, Alex, the inconsistency in some of the calls have been very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like there was a little bit more jostling than it should have been, but no call, and you're going to see them let it play on more, too.
Highlanders looking for a late goal. Kicked high in the air to Lucoso. He'll miss it with the kick.
Good opportunity there. Couldn't quite get the leg as high as the ball.
Highlanders looking to reset. Ball down midfield. Header off Huerta. Another opportunity for the Highlanders. Ruiz. He'll kick it across. Header in. It is out of bounds. Very, very close. That one looked real good. So the header will get another opportunity at it.
Oh, man, that was just perfect placement. That shot was all but perfect, too, except it didn't get inside the net.
Marcus with the kick. Past midfield. Alfonso's there with the header to Hermann. Hermann over to Drac. Drac to Lehner. Lehner over to Day. Day back up to Drac. And over to Sasaverovic, who's got a lot of space. Sasaverovic over to Afonso. Afonso's got a shot. He will get an opportunity. Great defense by the Highlanders. It'll go out of bounds. And the Highlanders will get another opportunity. So 1 minute remains. This score is all tied up. And Morales will get an opportunity with the goal kick.
Stop going forward.
Morales sends it down midfield. Good job by Drac, but it'll go out of bounds on the Lopes.
I have a feeling we're not going to be waiting too long into extra time to see how this one concludes. Both teams chomping at the bit.
Header by Lucoso. It'll go to McLaughlin. McLaughlin will kick it directly to the Highlanders. Ruiz over to Lopes. Lopes has got some space. Great defense by McLaughlin. Back up top to Ruiz, over to Lopes. Lopes has got a lot of time. Off the head. Oh, very, very scary moment there. Time will run down, and we are going to overtime.
You saw this sideline of the Highlanders almost there towards the end. There it is. Oh, the keeper was down and out, Marquez, but just wide, and we play extra time.
So with that, we will toss it to a quick break, and when we get back, overtime will begin.
GCU is on a mission.
I'm Jordan Slack. You're watching GCU TV. Go Lopes.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back, everybody, to, well, this has been a very interesting game so far for the Lopes and the Highlanders. The score at halftime was 2-1, then became 3-1. And, well, some other circumstances happened, and it's a tie game, and we're going into overtime.
Well, you know, the Highlanders got a chance with the yellow card, and then GCU did, and so then it was tied. I mean, you got to take advantage of these things, but 2 goals within a minute to equalize the game back up, and we're here in extra time, and we'll see who can dig deeper to win this game.
Yeah, a lot of the storylines coming here in overtime is Malik Smith is out with a red card. We still have yet to see Nikki Jackson come out. And also this man right here, Damian Hermann, 3 goals on the night tonight. And he is really the reason why the Lopes have been staying in this game. And of course, 1 goal by Josh Drac. But on the same side, what you have to respect the fire and the push by the Highlanders to not only they were down, but they kept pushing and they kept fighting. There was a lot of frustration with Morales, their goalie, but this team stuck together. They managed 3 goals in an entire period to tie the game up. But I mean, only time will tell here in overtime as we start to wind down to get you down on the field. And you can tell this team, they're not going to give up. And what's been even more interesting is it looked like for a second there the Lopes had gotten a little too comfortable, but they were able to turn up their intensity thanks to the Havocs, who have been absolutely on fire this entire game.
Seems like a different keeper out there. Morales, I mean, you let in a couple goals and his mindset just...
Well, Morales is still out there.
I'm saying, but it looks like a different goalie as far as he's all, he was getting his team pumped up and this and that. We didn't see that earlier from Morales. 7 saves for him, though.
So the ball will be pushed past the Lopes. Sasaverovic here to start overtime. Lukosa with a little bit of a flop. No call. Pretty obvious on that one. Over to Radia. Radia over to Afonso. Afonso's got Lehner on the wing. Drac trying to get some space. He'll kick it up to Afonso, maybe a little too far.
Trying early. Good lead, Paul.
High in the air to Lehner. And Morales is there with the quick hands.
It's the problem. You send it into the box and those floaters. Goalie has priority to those balls. You can't take out the goalie.
Ball will be pushed up. Huerta with an opportunity here. He'll kick it back out to number 6. That's Hernandez. Hernandez keeping possession over to Ruiz. Oh, I'm sorry, over to Alcantara. Ball high in the air. GCU will take back possession.
Deep to send that one in, but anything might work late in this game.
Huerta, he scored the first goal for the Highlanders early on. Hasn't done much since. Alcantara, he'll get a shot. Nifty footwork. Shot, nice block by GCU. Afonso pushes the ball up to Lehner. Lehner looking for a breakaway.
The strategy of these Highlanders, once they approach the box, seems to have changed. They were trying to get it to their teammates, but now they're just pulling up from top of the box and shooting. And now you'll see behind the goaltender for the Highlanders, a bunch of the Havocs are starting to get in his head back there. So we'll see if that works.
Afonso pushes it up. Aylwine is there. Trip up, no call. Huerta, we get another look at that chase down by Afonso. He definitely got tripped up a little bit there by Aylwine, but of course no call. So Ruiz with the throw in. Ruiz, another one of the Highlanders with a goal on the season.
Announced over the PA system, the attendance of 1626 tonight.
Very good crowd outing for GCU. Their average is about 2,000, but it is a Thursday night.
4th average in attendance in NCAA soccer.
Aylwine will reset for the Highlanders. So GCU's got to start to put on the pressure. There is two 15-minute halves, but I don't think they want to go past the first one.
Especially with how much they've been going back and forth. A 4-4 game gives a lot of juice at this point.
McLaughlin gets it over to Afonso. GCU's starting to push the ball up. Afonso's got Hermann. He'll kick it up to Hermann. Hermann looking for some space. Great job by the Highlanders defenders.
And why not try and make something happen to the guy with 3 goals today?
So GCU, Radia. He'll kick it up to Lehner. Lehner over to Day. Day back over to Radia. Radia looking for some clearance. He'll get it to Lehner out on the wing. Lehner moving around. He'll kick it high. And again, great defense by the Highlanders to keep GCU away. Radia on the rebound. Radia over to Day. Day over to Lehner. Lehner back up top to Radia. Sasaverovic with a shot on goal, way too high. It's gonna carry with the wind, and he just sort of punts it over the top of the goal. And you can see there on the replay, again, just a lot of too high for Sasaverovic.
No, it's just holding the B button just a little too much for Sasaverovic. But you tap that, and that's a goal. Great shot.
Radia to Ruiz, so the Highlanders will take back over. Aylwine. Good reset here. Ketcha. Back up top. Over to Ruiz. Aylwine with an opportunity here. Back up top again. No pressure on the ball handler right now by GCU. As Aylwine gets it on the wing. He'll cross it over to Huerta. Back over to Aylwine. Great defense by the Lopes. Afonso getting it going here. He'll get over to Day. Day looking for Lehner. Defense by the Highlanders still very stingy. Ruiz with a shot, the goal. Oh, again, a lucky roll for GCU as the Highlanders had another open look. Sasaverovic got to clear it past midfield. And they will, that's Drac. We'll get another look at that goal as it just rolls right past.
Had some spin on it, now something.
Lehner, Morales coming out of away from the goal. GCU gonna try to take advantage here. Radia, he's got Lehner. Lehner another opportunity. Lehner up top to Hermann. Hermann looking for some space, he's got it. Off the Highlander defender, and Day will come around. Day looking for the cross, he's got Radia wide open. Radia with an open shot. He will take it over to Afonso.
Miss hit there, miss strike on that foot.
Big missed opportunity for GCU as Morales was away from the goal. Afonso keeping the ball alive.
Keeping the pressure on, this is huge.
Afonso gets it over to Drac. Drac clears it up to Sasaverovic. Lucoso on the defense. McLaughlin.
Number 7.
He's got Day on the wing. Over to Radia. Radia, Hermann taking off towards the goal. Damian Hermann with a shot and a great another rebound opportunity, goes out of bounds.
Oh, they did call him on the offsides. Hermann just caught offside.
And yeah, just like you said, Alex, very close. Just another missed opportunity for GCU.
Off.
Morales with a kick, and we've got a little bit of stoppage on the field. Looks like we'll get some subs in. So coming in for the Lopes will be number 14, Jackson Jella. So Jella, who had some opportunities early on to get a goal, will get another shot here. He'll sub in for Lehner, get some more speed out on the field. Morales downfield. Jella defending. Bucoso kicks it away from Moreno, and Moreno will knock it out of bounds. Very smart.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. That was coming at someone fast. They looked up, and there was a soccer ball coming at him about 50 miles an hour.
Well, hopefully they were paying attention. They had quick hands.
I was going to say they should have been in a game like this, but a smart play right there.
So we'll get a little bit of the replay of the kick. Of course, we don't get a replay of the lucky fan who got to play goalie for a second.
I think it was a good save. I thought I saw the hands go up, too, and block it down.
So Ruiz with the throw in. On the rebound, sailing way out of bounds. So GCU trying to get something going. Marcus with the kick. Getting something going quick. Some of this intensity they didn't have in the second half has followed them into overtime. Sasaverovic over to Jella. Jella's got an opportunity, and he's got Day crossing. Jella, some moves. He'll kick it high. Great defense by the Highlanders, and Day will try to reset. Little wrap up there. It'll go out of bounds on the Lopes, so Highlanders will take over. So Eduardo Sanchez will step in for the Highlanders. And Alex, it just seems we get so close, but yet still so far away.
No, but it has been an incredibly entertaining game, and fans have gotten their money's worth in this one. 8 goals in a soccer game. How about that?
It's been an incredibly high-scoring game.
And this is
whoa,
handball.
Hang on.
That's the end of the first overtime period, it seems like.
And we'll get a free kick here from Drac.
Final 5 seconds. See if they
Final
can
5 seconds in the
make
first
it happen.
Half. High in the air. McLaughlin with a header. It's
He goes! He goes!
There it is!
Oh
McLaughlin.
my gosh!
Aiden McLaughlin with the win. The Lopes walk away with it in overtime.
The last 5 seconds, you could not have written a script any better than this.
A great setup by Josh Drac leads to a goal. A great header by McLaughlin. And the Lopes, there it is. Beautiful
How about
job.
McLaughlin playing the back lines so well all night, and then when his number is called on to win the game on offense, he does so. 5-4 Lopes win.
Great job by GCU. They had the lead at halftime, 2-1. They took the 3-1 lead, lost the 3-1 lead, 4-3. Get the score thanks to Damian Hermann, and then Aiden McLaughlin in overtime wins it for the Lopes.
Josh Drac, how about the assist from him? That ball was placed in there so well. Drac, his second point of the game, the goal and the assist. And the Lopes, exactly what Coach Heineman said, they are just heating up. Get ready for this Lopes team all season long.
So we are going to step away for a brief moment, and when we come back, we will wrap up this exciting game. You are watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
I'm John Slack. You're watching GCU TV. Go Lopes.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
If you are just joining us, you missed an incredible game. The Lopes managed to have the lead at halftime. They eventually lost the lead in the second half, And then in overtime, it took a little extra time, Alex, but the Lopes able to come up with the win after a solid header by McLaughlin.
And check out the celebration on the far side with the fans. This is what it's all about. The brotherhood, the camaraderie with the fans. These fans are the reason why GCU was able to even stick in this game. That happens to any other team anywhere else. You come back and you trail 4-3 after leading 3-1, you're done. But GCU stayed in it. The fans willed them in it, and they have a win.
Well, it's almost like how the Seahawks have the 12th man. The Lopes have the entire Havocs. They're like a completely. It's like having a 6th man for basketball, or having an 11th man if we had a full team. But either way, this team absolutely incredible. And of course, our GCU championship golf course player of the year, pretty obvious, Hermann. I mean, 3 goals on the night, absolutely incredible. They lost Nikki Jackson early. They lose Malik Smith later on. And in overtime, the Lopes able to get the win. Fantastic job. And Alex, anything else to say on Hermann?
Hermann provided when he needed to. He was the player they looked up to, second to Nikki Jackson. And he's lived up to that name here. A great job by Hermann and a great team effort. They got people to chip in that don't usually chip in.
So with that, you can catch us tomorrow night for the women's game, same time, 7 o'clock here on GCU TV. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. For the entire GCU TV staff, for Alex Larson, I am Phil Catopmo. Have a great night, and go Lopes.